I just received a story from one of my amazing tour guides that I was privileged to journey with when I visited Poland a couple of years ago. In 1954, Ben-Gurion, who was prime minister at the time, traveled to the United States to meet with President Dwight Eisenhower to request his assistance and support in the early and difficult years of the State of Israel. John Foster Dulles, who was then the Secretary of State, confronted Ben-Gurion and challenged him as follows. He said, "Tell me, Mr. Prime Minister, who do you and your state represent? Does it represent the Jews of Poland, perhaps Yemen, Morocco, Romania, Iraq, Russia, or perhaps Brazil? After 2,000 years of exile, can you honestly speak about a single nation, a single culture? Can you speak about a single heritage, or perhaps even a single Jewish tradition?" Ben-Gurion looked at him and answered as follows. "Look, Mr. Secretary of State, approximately 300 years ago, the Mayflower set sail from England, and on it were the first settlers who settled in what would become the most largest and democratic superpower known as the United States of America. Now do me a favor, go out into the streets and find 10 American children and ask them the following. What was the name of the captain of the Mayflower? How long did the voyage take? What did the people who were on the ship eat? What were the conditions of the sailing during the voyage?" I'm sure you agree with me that there's a good chance you won't find good or sufficient answers to these questions. Now, in contrast, not 300, but 3,000 years ago, the Jews left the land of Egypt. I would kindly ask the Secretary of State that on one of your trips around the world, try to meet 10 Jewish children in different countries and ask them the following questions. What was the name of the leader who took the Jews out of Egypt? How long did it take them before they got to the land of Israel? What did they eat during that period while they were wandering in the desert? And what happened at the sea when they encountered it? Once you have the answers to these questions, please carefully reconsider the question that you have just asked me. Ma nishana ha-Pesach hazeh mikol ha-Pesachim. We have the opportunity of a lifetime this Pesach. We sit with our closest family, without the balagan, without the commotion, just you and your immediate family for one purpose and one purpose only. To tell the story. To continue the tradition of over 3,000 years. Because only through story, only through discussion, does a person really get to know God. Let the people around your table, let the children who sit by your side, hear about Hashem. Let them discover Him in ways they've never done before. Open up books, relate midrashim, dive deep into the story. Let them experience firsthand as if they themselves were there, as if they saw Yad Chazaka uvizroa netuya. Because if there's one thing that we're lacking right now, if there's one thing that we need at this moment, is to open our eyes and glare at God's presence, His ability to rule and overrule, His ability to be unseen, to be invisible to the human eye, but yet at the same time, penetrate everything and everywhere. Your children will ask, "Where is everyone? Why are we alone this year? This feels so different." And how you answer them will determine whether or not you learned the vital lesson from this experience or not. Leman tesaper shemi bekol haaretz. Let them hear who's in charge. The same way that Hashem took out the Jews in the grandest of fashions, He is turning the world right now on His finger. Tonight, the Jews remain in their homes like the first ever Pesach while the plague swirls around. And God tells us to stay in our homes because tonight will be different. Because tonight is your opportunity to teach the most important lesson in your child's life or the people sitting around you. That Hashem is in charge of the world. The world needs to know it, and we need to be reminded of it every single day of our lives. None more important than Leil HaSeder. I wish everyone a happy, peaceful, and meaningful Chag HaPesach. May the zechut of each person seder help bring the Geulah, because never in history has there been so many Pesach seders happening in the same year. Maybe there's something to it. I hope there's something to it. Because while I recite tonight, Bekol dor vador omedim alenu lechalotenu, then every generation the enemies come to get rid of us and attack us and eliminate us. At the very same time, I chant joyously, Ani ma'amin be'emunah shlema beviat HaMashiach, that I truly believe, deep down, with full faith, in the coming of Mashiach. This is what we wait for. And maybe this year that Hashem carries us al kanfei nesharim to the promised land, with the third Bet HaMikdash built speedily in our days. Amen ken yiratzon, Chag kasher v'sameach to you and your entire family.